Beisan Systems, Vanos and Vehicle System Solutions manufacturer for BMW vehicles.
Good morning, everyone. I wanted to introduce you to our new S65 S85 gearing set. It consists of the D gear and the intermediate gear that connects to both this and the motor. And I'm going to explain how to rebuild one of these actuator housing units. This one's already been rebuilt, but for a little bit more ease of use, I'm going to go ahead and take this apart and explain how to do it. So on a unit that's coming out of your vehicle, you're obviously going to have the board that's on top. There's 5 screws. You just unscrew those, and the tools that you're going to need to do this actually is a T15 Torx. You're going to need, most people are not probably going to have a feeler gauge here, so I'm going to explain it. We use a feeler gauge, but I'm going to explain how to check it without a feeler gauge so you don't have to go buy a set. And in case you do have one, I believe this is 0.33 millimeter. Yes, 0.33 millimeter is the perfect size. 13 millimeter socket you're going to need, and a small dead blow hammer. I'm going to cheat and use this. If you happen to have this type of socket, have at it. So when you open up the unit, take the screws out, you're going to actually grab onto the connector and slowly lift off, and the board will pop off. That'll leave. You have the intermediate gear, the D gear, the motor, and just be careful of these little connectors here. So we're going to start off, you're going to take your plastic gear out, intermediate gear, and throw it out. Don't knock things over. Okay, then what you're going to do is we're going to unscrew the motor, pop those there, and we're going to go ahead and get the motor out. I would suggest you put this on something soft like a towel, and we're going to give it a whack with the dead blow. Out it comes. You may have to do that 2 or 3 times. This has already been out. So what we're going to do is the next thing, we're going to clean this motor out. There's a bunch of debris that gets in here, and it will work its way out a little bit into the cavity, but there's a lot that stays in here. So what you're going to do is you need to buy this product specifically. This is an electric parts cleaner for electric motors. You need to get that. Don't use brake cleaner, carb cleaner, anything else. Please buy this off Amazon and use this for this purpose. So, demonstration purposes, I've already got a straw in this one. I'll just show you. There's a small hole in the back of the motor. I'm not sure if I'm seeing here, but so what you're going to do is you're going to stick this in the hole, and you're just going to spin this all around, and all the debris will come out of it. Let it sit there for maybe 15 minutes. Let it dry out good. You can go ahead and spin this a little bit to get some of the stuff out. You're going to need General Household 3-in-1 oil that they sell on Amazon. Just look that specific thing up. You're going to take some drops. Let's start at the gear side. You'll put it in here, a few drops. You don't have to go crazy. Spin this, listen to it. You'll hear it quiet down, that bearing quiet down. Do the same thing on the other side. A few drops, spin it, quiets down. You're done with that part. Okay, next we're going to go ahead. This part I would suggest putting this in a vise to keep this, have something to hold against this, because the plastic here, typically the shaft breaks and if you try to do it against it. But since this is a metal gear, I can do it without it. Make sure if you use a vise for this part, you're protecting it with a rag or soft vise liners. We have them on the Beisan Systems website. You can buy those too. So, okay, let's go ahead and take this off here. Okay, these are interesting washers. I'm going to show you at the end of why they kind of grab really hard. Okay, so you have the nut, you've got these 2 special washers, and the arm. The next thing is, this is an interference fit washer So we've got to get that out. Now, you might not have a press. I would suggest it, but if you don't, it's okay. You can go ahead and tap it out since we're not even going to use the other. Just use a hammer and tap that out. So next I'm going to show you actually pushing it out. So next going to do, let me get these out of the way a little bit here, working room, is you just press down there. You'll see the interference fit washer come off. And there's a secondary small washer underneath that. And if you just lift up here, the plastic gear will come out, and you're going to want to remove a large washer that's at the base of that. Go ahead and throw out the plastic D gear. And the next thing is there is spring here. Spring has two sides. One has a hook. Make sure I'm in view. So this one has a hook. The other side has a 100-degree turn that goes towards the bottom. This is, you can see there's a cutout here, and it's going to go on this side of the cutout. So what you're going to do next is you're going to use carb cleaner. Do not use brake cleaner on anything on this. Please don't do it. It's not good for the motor, and it causes corrosion on aluminum parts. Please don't use it, no matter how much you want to. Get some carb cleaner, clean all this out. There's going to be debris in the motor cavity in here, and let that dry. There's actually needle bearings on the end of each of these. Just give a little, spray around that to get any grime off of that. Come back in here to let it dry. So we're going to assume it's dried now. Let's go back and take our spring. We're going to set the spring. Not sure if I'm getting it. So that 100-degree angle is going to go in as you're turning the spring clockwise. You'll see what side it needs to set on here. So we need to set the spring next. Take your new D gear. There's a little cutout in the D gear here. We're going to use that. Okay, that little hook on the spring goes in there. Okay, we caught it in there. Just rest it down. What we're going to do is give it a couple turns. It gets pretty tight. You push it down. Using your finger on the bottom, push the gear back up, and let it get your finger out of the way and let it spin free. We're not done yet. Take a screwdriver. I don't know if you can see here, but that 100-degree angled part, push it all the way down to the bottom. Okay, now we should be set. Now it's time to actually install this D gear. What you're going to want to do is get yourself an acid brush. You get yourself some, this happens to be really good multi-purpose synthetic grease here, and it's kind of opaque looking, white opaque. Pretty good stuff. All this Amazon. Get a little dab of that. Put it this part on the little needle bearing. Again, here on the needle bearing on the inside. You can choose to do a little dab. Don't go crazy. Just a little dab down. Just push it all the way down. Come up here. You want to put just a little bit on the shaft. And come up here again. You don't need a whole lot. Just dab, dab, dab a little bit. Okay, next we're going to install the D gear. You want to take the fat washer, bigger of the ones. You're going to install that down in there. Just be gentle. We want to go ahead and get that spring in that little pocket again here. And you're going to just have it clear the notch in here. Turn it around a revolution and kind of give it a little test with your finger, and it'd be pretty taut in there. You're going to hold it. Now we're going to need to install some components. You're going to need the smaller of the washers. That goes first. Then you're going to need the interference fit washer. And again, if you don't hold the bottom, it'll push that gear right out. So let's go ahead and hold that. You're going to need a 10mm box end wrench to do the setting. You can find that anywhere. You're going to have to adjust this a few times because it kind of spins around on us. Okay, you might need to flip this around. There's one side that's a little bit more kind. See what happened? I pushed the gear out. There's not enough room. So, okay, let's go ahead and reset this. Yep. Let's use this wrench. You're going to have to center all this. It's a little bit of a pain, but it's not too bad. You're just trying to center everything and start turning. Okay. I don't know that this wrench will be perfect. If it's a tremendous amount of force, back off it and make sure it's clearing the shaft. Here I can tell that it is. So we're going to put it on. It's going to be a little difficult initially, and as you get the interference washer on, it'll get easier and easier. Don't do it all the way down it. You want to leave a little clearance, because we're gonna have to check. Okay, so as we're getting close, I'm going to use my feeler gauge, and we want a little bit. And that seems to be fine. I'll show you up close now. I've got to get this okay. Snap that off. And we're just setting that. So what you want, and if you press up, you can see there's just a little bit. Make sure you have that much play. And if you happen to have a feeler gauge, wonderful. If not, it's okay. Just make sure you have a little bit of play there. Okay, next, I'm going to go ahead and put the arm on. The arm goes away from the body. And this is the important part. These guys, they have two different sides. One has a lot of ridges, the other side has about a quarter of the amount. Okay, the ones with the less ridges on them go towards each other. They're in the center. The one with a lot of ridges are on they're facing the nut and the arm. You have to put it on like this, or else it won't lock in, it'll come off. Okay, you're gonna have to find, it seems like there's one way the nut goes on easier. So, go ahead and tighten this down. You can do this by hand. You can actually feel, just, do it, like, don't put your hand down here and hammer it down. Just do it kind of up here, and you can feel it. Just really snug, I would say, is good on that. Let's go ahead and test. Okay. Again, a little bit of play. Awesome. The next thing we're going to do is put the motor in. Motors have plenty of time to dry. You put a little lubrication in there. Now the motor goes in like this. Now you can line up the two holes. Okay, see how that clipped in? Some of them don't clip in. Some of them they'll just kind of hover over it. You'll put the two screws in it, and then it'll cinch it down, and it's fine. So I use this because it just makes it easier to do it on one side. Well, let's do it by hand on this one. Okay, this one. Use this for the other one. It's hard to get in there. Okay, now we're gonna cheat. Okay, we want to finish up with. Okay. Again, you're gonna. Oh, I already got it here. You're gonna come back just a little bit of that grease on there. Now it's time for the intermediate gear. What you're gonna want to do with this one, this would be hard to grease in. So what you can do it this way, but I would suggest, just a little bit to keep dabbing, in there. Don't go nuts with this. Same here, a little bit of grease. And I'm gonna show you, if you put too much grease on there, I really would remove it. And I'll show you how to do that. So you just set that intermediate gear there. Just do a bit of this. And if it sounds, like it's really like there's a lot of stickiness in there, I would highly suggest you get yourself a little rag, put it here, and kind of work it back and forth, and it'll remove the excess, and it will be fine. Make sure that these connectors are not jammed up against anything, and I would suggest, let me get a board. When you're putting it on, there's two connectors here. You need to line those up with this. However, it's best if you hold it away from That'll allow you to tilt this up, and you can see that these are a little, it does take some little bit of finagling. You can get them on and then put your screws on and you're good to go. So again, these are a really beautiful set of gears. This will last you a lifetime. Don't have any wear problems on these. They're actually a little bit tighter fit than factory. So it just feels like a Rolex when you go ahead and move everything. It's just very nice job done by Rajay, the owner. So any questions, support@beisansystems.com. Please ask away, and thanks for watching.
Please remember to like, subscribe, visit us on YouTube, Instagram, Twitter, and Alignable. Search for Beisan Systems. Thank you.